Hi everyone, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. This is a new primer that I got from Wet n Wild. It's a mattifying primer. I just put that around my T-zone before I put it on any spray. It helps me really control oil around the nose and forehead. So after that, I'm just going to jump in with some foundation. I'm using the LA Girl and the L'Oreal. I'm just going to dot that all over my face. I love buffing it out with a brush and then going in and pressing it in with a sponge. I feel like it gives me the most coverage. Plus, it also really presses it into the skin and gives you a nice, flawless look. You also want to make sure that you blend it down your neck so you don't have like any harsh lines, okay? And now I'm going to go into some concealer. So I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me. This is a really good concealer. It's not the best full coverage one, but it'll do the job. So I'll grab my beauty blender and I'll blend all that out. I will put that underneath my eyes, on my lids as a primer for my shadow. And then I'll just go down the normal spots: forehead, bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and then on the chin. Anywhere where you want to highlight that you see any dark spots. So I felt like I needed a little bit more of a highlight, so I went ahead and grabbed my Revolution concealer. I believe it's in the C3 number, and just applied that where I applied the other concealer, just to give it a little bit more of a bright effect. For some contour, I am learning to love this Wet n Wild shade. I think is the shade Oaks on You. So I just put that right on my cheekbones and then around my temples, just to give it some shadow and dimension. And then ensuring that I'm going back in with my beauty blender and just blending all that in, making sure that it all blends in together. Now I'm taking some of my favorite Kobe Airspun powder with a damp beauty sponge. This beauty sponge is from L'Oreal, and then I'm just going to go ahead and set my face. I'll do pretty much everywhere. This really helps with oil control as well. And then again, after the powder has been setting a little bit, I will go in and grab a fluffy brush and just dust off all the excess powder. Now, I'm really lucky that I don't really have to do much with my eyebrows, so I'm just brushing them out, making sure there's no excess powder on them, and then filling in just the tiniest bit with this L'Oreal pencil. And then I'll go back in, and with the Maybelline Fiber Gel, I'll just set them down. It gives them a little bit of more color, plus it just makes sure that all the hairs are nice and brushed in place. Jumping in, I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill palette. So dark colors are something that scare me, but if you don't play with them and if you don't practice, you're never gonna get good at it. I saw a picture of a really pretty black smoky eye, and I wanted to see if I could recreate that. So I'm taking some transition colors first on fluffy brushes, and then just making sure I'm applying that over the lid, so when I go back in with the dark shadow, you already have a nice base set, and the colors aren't gonna look that harsh. It'll also make and help the blending way easier. So just making sure you have a good transition shade underneath the bold color that you're gonna use. Something essential here is just to make sure you're blending. So you'll see me going back and forth with different brushes, just blending all those harsh edges out. Also, when I'm doing the blending, I'm incorporating some more lighter colors too, just to give it that gradient effect, and then going back in and just adding some of the darker colors. You can always build it up, so just make sure you add little by little, and then that way you can still fix your mistakes if something happens. So don't go in too hard, that way you can just adjust as you're going. So moving right along, I am going to attempt to add falsies. Rarely do I do that, but I really want to practice and get better. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and then add some mascara, and then practice putting on the fake eyelashes. And just ignore my background. I'm trying to work on a new setup. We are moving things around, so hopefully I'll have something more decent looking coming up soon. So I did not know that putting on fake eyelashes was so difficult, but hey, practice makes perfect, and I will just keep practicing. I'm now just buffing in some color underneath my lash line and just making sure everything looks seamless and blended out with each other. I'm taking some of the lighter color in the palette and just highlighting my inner tear dot. Alright, so now going in with my little contour palette from Wet n Wild and just giving some more dimension to my cheekbones. I'm using one of their brushes as well, which is super soft. After I do this, I'll go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just bronze right on top and just give it some more dimension as well. Do my temples and then go ahead and contour my nose a little bit if I feel like I have to. Alright, so after I do that, I'm taking my favorite blush from Milani. This is in shade Luminoso. Taking that on a stippling brush, and then I'll just go ahead and do the apples of my cheeks. I see Christine Dominique where she takes it further up into like her temples and kind of blends it in with her bronzer, and I think it looks so pretty and seamless. So I usually go ahead and just do that as well. Instead of just the apples of the cheeks, I'll just do pretty much all around the cheeks and then taking it up a little bit more. Just grabbing some of my Mario Badescu spray and just melting all those powders into my face, and then adding some bottom mascara to my bottom lash line, and then jumping into highlighters. This one is from Maybelline and Milani. Just gonna go ahead and hit those high points on my face. The brush that I'm using is a Morphe 510, I believe, one of my favorite brushes for highlighting. Because there's so much going on with the eyes and the main attention is the dark eye look, I'm just grabbing a nude color for liner and for my lips as well, and just keeping it super simple for the lips. And now going in with some black eyeliner just to intensify the look a little bit more, and it pretty much wraps the whole look together as well. And there we have it, a black smoky eye look. This is my first attempt trying to do this look, and of course practice makes perfect, so I know it's not 100% there, but hey, that's how you learn. Just keep practicing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye!